Hello everyone. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet game is out and is very playable in PC right now. This game is now fully optimized and playable. Okay, so if you're wondering and if you don't know how to set up Yuzu emulator into your PC, just like mine here, I have Yuzu emulator. Yuzu emulator is a Nintendo Switch emulator that can emulate Nintendo Switch games into your PC. So this is the app that you will need to install into your PC. And this files here too, because your Yuzu emulator cannot emulate Nintendo Switch games if this files here is not installed into your Yuzu emulator. So as you can see here, I have Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet already installed into my Yuzu emulator. So I'm gonna teach you first where to get Yuzu emulator. Okay, so just type in Yuzu emulator into your web browser, and yuzumi.org is their official website. Click on the first result, then go to download tab. The download button, and you can just download for Windows times 64 here. If you are from Linux, then you can just manually download it here. So currently in this video tutorial, I'm using Windows 11, and I'm just going to skip the download and installation process because the download and installation process of Yuzu emulator is really easy to do, and anyone can do that. And I'm just going to assume that you have already installed Yuzu emulator. So if this is your first installation, then your Yuzu emulator will not look like mine because your Yuzu emulator would be empty and it cannot play Nintendo Switch games because it will have some error popping up into the screen when you first installed Yuzu emulator. So what you need to do is to install these files. So what are these files basically? These files are the Nintendo Switch firmware version 15 and the Nintendo Switch keys version 15. These are system files from the Nintendo Switch, and you should install them to your Yuzu emulator so that your Yuzu emulator can boot up Nintendo Switch games. So these two files here are the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet game, and it's in XCI file format. Okay, so if you're wondering where can you get these files, legally speaking, you can only get these files through your modded Nintendo Switch console, which has a custom firmware installed in it. Because if it has a custom firmware, then you can access your Nintendo Switch system files. So once you have that access into your system files, just copy the firmware files and the keys to your PC. And in order to get Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet game, you should own the game, and you should have the physical copy of the game, and you should digitally back it up in XCI file format into your Nintendo Switch modded console. So if you don't own a Switch, or if you have a Switch but don't know how to do all the things that I have said, I'm just going to save you that hassle and teach you where to get all these files. In order to get all these files, use your QR code reader, and I will put a QR code here and just scan it, and you will be redirected to the download page wherein you can download all these files. Once you are in the site, in the middle page of the site, you can download the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet game, and then the firmware and the keys are in the lower page of the site. So just download it from there. Okay, so be sure to read on the site so that you will know where to get all the files. So once you have downloaded the files, just copy it and transfer it into your PC. So I'm just gonna assume now that you have already downloaded the files. Okay, so once you have it into your PC, we will have to install these files into our Yuzu emulator. So go to File, go to Open Yuzu folder, and then go to Keys folder. Then open this Keys file here. Just drag and drop and copy and paste this file into that folder. Okay, so I'm just gonna close this one, and then go back to Yuzu, and then go to NAND folder, go to System folder, Contents, and then Registered, and then open the firmware file. Control A, Control C, copy and paste all of these files into this folder here. So if this is your first installation, then this folder would be empty too. But if this is your second or third, then you should rewrite everything here. So I'm just gonna close this folder now because your Yuzu emulator now is fully capable of booting up Nintendo Switch games. So now it's time to set up our Yuzu emulator, and I'm gonna show you my global settings so that it can play other Nintendo Switch games if you have other Switch games. Okay, so just pause the video and copy my settings here. So this is for the General tab. And this is for my System tab. Please do copy my settings. My CPU tab, the Graphics tab. So please do copy everything. And then in the Advanced tab, pause the video and copy my settings. Now go to Audio tab. Everything is set to auto. And then the Controls tab. Herein, I can just connect my Nintendo Switch Pro controller. And I just map it up accordingly to my Switch controller. Or if you don't have a Switch controller, then you use your Xbox or PlayStation controller here and just map it up accordingly to your liking and hit OK. So that's my global settings for Yuzu emulator. Now it's time to optimize our Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet game. So just right click on Pokemon Scarlet and then click Properties. You need to optimize Pokemon Scarlet because if we use the global settings, it will not run into Yuzu emulator. So we set it up differently. Okay. So for Pokemon Scarlet, I have the latest version 1.0.1. Then go to the Journal tab. Again, pause the video and copy my settings. This is for the System tab. Then for the CPU tab. And then the Graphics tab. So this is where that is different from the global settings. So here in Pokemon Scarlet should be set to Vulcan. And then check all this file here. And then I have set it to AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution so that the game will look sharper, looks great, and much better than the native resolution of the Nintendo Switch game version of it. Okay, so in the Graphics tab, just copy my settings and hit OK. So now your Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet game is now fully optimized and is now playable in the Yuzu emulator for PC. And a little bit of disclaimer, I'm not going to show you guys a gameplay of Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet game because we all know that Nintendo is really strict on the emulation scene for the PC and they don't like this kind of content being shown in the internet. So I'm not going to show you guys so that my channel will be safe from being taken down and that my videos will not be taken down. So I hope you do understand on that part. Okay, so I'm not going to show you a gameplay of Pokemon Scarlet, but the game runs smoothly in Yuzu emulator with mild graphical bugs. The black screen issues has already been fixed and you can now boot up in Pokemon Scarlet. So I am willing to show you guys a little bit of boot up of Pokemon Scarlet in my PC. I'm going to show you the title screen that is booting up properly, but I'm just going to blur the screen so that Nintendo will not hit me with a copyright strike. Okay, so I hope you do understand that. So I am now in the title screen and I'm now running it in 30 FPS. So I'm just going to stop the emulation here. And as you can see, guys, that Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet game runs in PC. And if you follow all my steps and how I optimize my settings for Yuzu emulator, then you'll be able to play all of the previous Pokemon games and Nintendo Switch games into your PC. So if you have some questions regarding on the installation process of Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet game into your PC, then just leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll try my best to answer all of them. So please do subscribe to my channel so that my channel will grow more, and then see you for the next tutorial. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Goodbye for now.